So we go to modeling, home. I will show you how to create. I will show you several ways how to create the points. So the first one is simply to go to target. You choose create target, and before that you have to also choose in which coordinate frame you want to teach the target. Of course, you want to teach it in work object 1, so we select work object 1 and set is an active. If you leave work object 0 as active, then these points will be referenced to global coordinate frame. So you might teach several points that way, but after you move the work object, the points will not move with the work object. So that's why it is important to set work object 1 as an active work object. So now we will teach some points on the edge. You can already see that there is a small sphere which attaches to particular points on the edge. I will also choose here body selection, and I will first click inside of the window and click on the, let's say, particular point. That's this one, and you have point 1, and then you can click on next one, on next one, and so on, and you get several points, and you press create. So this is one way how to create point, but this is not the fastest way how to create points. So I will just delete these points, yes, and I will show you another way. Create targets on edge. Again, I choose the edge, I click on it. You can see that I get additional points. So this is the other way how to add points. I then press. Before we create, you can see that here that we can also choose work object 1 or work object 0. So we choose work object 1. And we can also change the offset of points. You can see that they are moved from the path, and you can also move them upwards. So this is how, for instance, you could easily create points that are not directly on the path. So we press create, and we have additional points. Press close. But this is not, again, this is the second way how you can do it, but it's not the fastest one. So I will show you the final option how to do it, which is the fastest one. I will also delete these points, and I will go now to not to target but to path, and I will choose auto path. And you can see that select edges or curves in the graphics window. This is the graphics window. Hold down the Shift key and key to extend selection. So you can press on individual edges, or you can press Shift, and you can see that you get the entire edge. So I will now just click it, and you get points. And you can choose the number of the points. So for instance, you can increase the number of the points by selecting smaller tolerance. You can also choose the start and end offset. And you can also, for instance, choose a point approach above the starting and ending point. So let's just press OK. let's select work object 1 as an active, and we press create. And we get additional points. So this is the first point, then this is the second point. We have chosen to for the depart and approach. So this is the approach point, and the last one is the part point. So this is the last one. It's basically very near to the first point because the robots goes around. So these are the points. This is the fastest way how to create the points. We will now test if the points move with the work object. So you go to layout, you choose alu block, and we will slightly rotate it in the local coordinate frame. You can see that the points move. Okay. You can also see that all of these points are now also included in path with the move L command. Now we have to also change the orientation of these points. So we choose one of the points, and this orientation is not the best orientation. So we will improve the orientation of the point. So I will slightly rotate it, something like that. And this is better orientation. So this is one way to change orientation. I will also show you how to change it by directly inputting the values. So you can press. So for instance, I will choose not this one, but the first one. Right click it, modify target, and set up and choose rotate. And now I will rotate it by 5 degrees around the x-axis, and for several degrees in -5 degrees in the other direction, like that. Okay. So this orientation is good. So now I will choose jump to target and choose the appropriate configuration and apply. And you can see that there is no more exclamation point. So this orientation is okay. So I will copy this orientation. So right click on the target 40, copy orientation, and now I will choose all the points. I will select all the points, and I will right click it and choose apply orientation. And now all the points have the same orientation. You can still see that the exclamation point is still on the other points. So you choose right click it and jump to target and choose configuration and so on. So you can do that for all the points, but if you have many points and they are already included in path, like here, you can click on the path, right click it, and choose configuration auto configuration. And it will auto configure for all the points. You can now go back to the list of the points, and you see that none of the points has exclamation mark. Okay. So now we can also test if the robot is able to move along this path. Again, right click it. You choose move along path. And the robot will start to move. Okay. So basically we have 2 points, two paths, but of course we want to first move to point 10, 20, 30, then go to move to 40, and then do all the path and go back to 30, 20, and 10. So what we will do, we will simply choose all the commands, grab it and put it here. You can also copy a MoveJ command 30. We just press copy. I will go here and I will press paste. No. And we can now, since all the points are now included in path 10, we can simply delete path 20. Delete. Yes. Now we can check if the robot is able to move along the path. Okay, so this is one path. So you can see that I didn't just include the points which are on the work object, but I have also moved the robot into some starting position. So this is point 10, then move it downwards near the work object. And then I included all the points, and then the robot also moved back.